Hi, we're Laura and Dan. We bought an old barn and with no experience of building and farming, we began creating our dream off-grid homestead. We're usually fixing something or making lots of mistakes. Follow us on our journey. This week we tackle the big job of the electrics, adding and figuring out wiring, fuses, junction boxes, earthen rods and all those other technical words. Just let me flick on a light switch already. We started off by figuring out a rough plan of what we wanted and most importantly where we wanted everything to be inside. On the outside of the barn we also wanted 2 outdoor lights, which would be a great feature for those late night walks to the outhouse. We then made up some really sophisticated and professional drawings and cut them out to envision how we wanted everything to be laid out. Then, after spending many hours staring at little pictures stuck on the wall with sellotape, it was time to pick up some supplies from the city. What have you got there?
We've got ourselves a big box of goodies. It took a long time to organise all this in the city. There's many different components and many different elements to make the electrics work. And I'm still learning a lot, so it was quite confusing to say the least to arrange and sort it all out. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got all the right stuff now and we're there now. So I'm just going to unpack all this and I'll show you what we've got, what goodies we've got. So we've got ourselves a lot of different goodies, lots of connections, lots of wiring, wall mounts, plugs, fuses, more wiring, the list goes on, so much stuff. Picked up a lot of different plugs, plug sockets just in case, just some different fuses. So now we've done the supposed easy job of sourcing electrics, now it's time to do the really easy job of doing the electrics. And that's a joke, by the way, because last time I did electrics I nearly electrocuted myself. But thankfully this time I've got a little bit of help. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to all work out. I'm going to have ourselves some lovely electrics very soon. Drawn out these lovely drawn light switches and plugs just so we kind of get a feel in the building for where we want things. So we're thinking about having 3 lights here, so that these 3 lights here will be for the 2 outdoor lights that we're thinking about having. It'll also be for the 2 main lights that we have in the main part of the barn. 2 plug sockets here, a little bit lower down, but that's the only place it could stick. So we'll have a kitchen in here, so we're thinking about having a kitchen area, so we can have 2 sockets here, so that we can plug things in. We're also going to have another 2 sockets down here. This is what we're thinking. Now this side of the wall here, we're thinking about having our inverter and our fuse box, where our main electrics are going to be. And also we're thinking about having a little plug socket on this side as well. Maybe having a plug socket up here for where the mezzanine is going to be. But it's not going to be anything special, it's just going to be a very basic setup. We don't need anything extravagant. It's a very small area, so we're just going to do a very basic and minimal, and it'll be enough for us anyway.
With the electrics all laid out, the electrician now joined the team and gave the green light to get started. So now that we've got a plan with the electrics, I'm looking forward to seeing them done. Dan and the electrician started off by channeling out the walls where the light switches and sockets would go. Channeling into the granite is some tough work and requires real blood, sweat and tears. Some progress was beginning to appear. This is the type of laborious work that really lays the foundation to making our barn a home. It was then on to fixing in the earthen rod. It was quite tough to get the earthen rod bashed in. There's a lot of granite at the base of the barn and it took many tries with Dan and the electrician taking turns. I didn't think you were going to get that ground rod in there.
I know, it was tough work. Got to use the big mallet and then obviously use a little one, but we got there in the end. We got there. The muscles did the job.
Yeah, that's it. One step closer to having electrics. It was then time to move on to the main wall where the mezzanine will be and channel out some more sockets. And it was only a matter of time before more sockets were channeled and added. With the sockets added, now it was time to channel out the walls and floor ready for the wire conduit to be placed in. It was then time to pull through some of the conduit.
Want to use these ladders? Yeah, they're better on that.
So as you can see, Dan and the electrician have started putting some of the boxes in and then motored into the wall, so we're getting there. The fuse box was next to be fitted in.
You okay, do us a little favour. So this is a conduit off where the electrics go through. We need some more of that from the city.
Okay.
And there's the van keys as well. Is that okay?
Yeah. Hopefully I remember where the shop is.
Yeah.
I then headed into the city and picked up some more conduit for the boys so they could continue on with the job. So I'm just driving up the line now. I've picked up the conduit pipe, but I don't know if you can hear. I'm not feeling very well. I think I've got a chest infection. So I'm just trying to rest as much as I can, but also trying to help out as much as I can as well, because I know there's loads that needs doing. But anything that I can do, I'm going to do. So yeah, hopefully I get better soon. Lots of rest and lots of fluids there. Here's the conduit, Daniel.
Yes, Laura to the rescue.
That's it. You got it.
At least we've got the conduit now, so we can crack on with the rest of the stuff now. Thanks for that, though.
You're welcome.
Did you find the shop okay?
Yeah, not really. I had to walk up and down the street, but we got there in the
Well, at
end.
least we've got there now.
With the conduit now on site, it was time to fix it up to the roof, ready for the 4 main spotlights that we'll be having in the barn. Dan then made up a batch of concrete and started to fill in the channel that had been dug up.
I'm going to give it a pull now. Yeah, right.
With the channel now concreted in and covered up, it was time for a little clean-up.
We'll look to the mountains. We don't care if it's only a dream. Nothing is real.
How's it going?
It's going well. You've just missed the sweeping up, Laura.
That's a shame.
The tidying up work, so we've done most of the electrics now. Well, we haven't done most of the electrics, we've done most of the channeling and put all the conduits in, ready to put electrics in. But I've just been tidying up now. I've got a lovely tidy barn after all the mess, Laura. And you missed out on doing the tidying up. You missed out on the best job of the whole day.
Yeah, a bit dusty for my legs at the moment.
Nice tidy area now. Just time to crack on with the rest of the jobs and get the electrics completely in.
Yeah. After the little tidy up and the electrician now gone, Dan got back to channeling out some more of the walls. One charge point was added to the outside. And one to the inside. So this is where the conduit's been channeled?
Yeah, it is. So what I've done is obviously we've put it here. You know how initially we thought that we'd probably take it up here?
Yeah.
But we've put it under here now.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. We've got also picked up the wrong plugs as well. These are the wrong ones, we need the double ones. Okay. So we need to quickly pick up some of them double ones. But as you can see, we've put in the wiring at that side. We've brought it up here, we've took it up the top where the mezzanine's going to be. We've got the conduit in place. And now it's just time to go on electrics, which is good. We're going to ourselves a lovely little home.
Yeah, it's going along, isn't it?
It is, it's getting there.
It's really starting to feel like a home now.
It is. Getting there.
I've just been and picked up these two outdoor lights. One to go on the front of the barn there and one to go on the side facing towards the outhouse in case we need to go to the toilet in the night. But they look really cool and I'm looking forward to putting them up.
So I'm just getting ready to install these lights now. I'm just trying to figure out whereabouts they need to be mounted and where they need to be drilled. So I've drilled 2 holes in the back mountain there. And I'll do the same in the other one and then put one on that side of the building and obviously on one on this side of the building as well. You ready for the first light to go on, Laura?
Yeah.
That's been a mission to get that done. I've had to drill new holes in the back of there because the screws on that they came in weren't big enough. I think they're big enough, but I think it's because of the granite stones uneven.
Yeah, I don't think they were long enough.
Yeah, so I've had to cut new screws. I've had to cut new holes for them. A pilot hole this, so this is going to be worth it. I think 'cause this is going to be another little touch that makes the barn look like more of a home again.
Yeah, boy.
So fingers crossed. Do you think?
Looks good.
Just need to obviously put the other bolt on and tighten it up. I just wanted to put it on and see what it looks like. Good?
Really good.
I think it's something good as well.
We have our first light. I mean, it doesn't have a bulb in yet and the electrics aren't connected to it, but I mean, stuff's up, so it's progress in it.
It is.
That's going to look good. It's going to light up the path to the outhouse on a night time.
Especially when you go for them late night poos, eh?
Not me, that's you. But yeah, it's looking good.
Light number 2, just about to go up.
Wait.
Light number 2, what do you think?
Looking good. I mean, I can't wait to see what it's like on a night time when we've got them in, but yeah, it actually looks quite good.
Progress?
Progress. Great success. So as you can see, Dan and the electricians put all the conduit wires in.
We have, and all we need to do now is just run the wiring through the walls, and that's it. And we should have ourselves some lights
That'll be good.
and some electrics
Yeah.
for your fridge.
Future fridge. So excited for that.
So we're starting to get there. We're starting to make some more progress now on the homestead. The electrical setup is going to be a massive bonus when that's completely in. It's going to give us the ability to have lights inside of the barn and stuff, which is going to be nice. And it's starting to get there now. We've still got some more stuff to do. I think I like the option of having the power source point, because we'll be able to plug a jackery in there, or even a power bank, because we're saying about like how moving forward it might not even, like right in the immediate future now, we don't even need to get like a big fancy setup. We can just use what we've got,
just
the
use
power
what
banks.
we've got, get a power bank, and then we can build on that in the future. I don't think everything has to be done perfectly right away. I'm quite happy having it quite minimal as well.
Yeah, I think we've got used to that. Like living in the van, you get used to what you need and what you don't need, and we've found over the years that like our usage is very low anyway. I mean, in the future, obviously, we would like to add, like for preservation of food and stuff, you want to probably have a couple of more freezers and things like
And
that.
get the lithium batteries in and things like that.
Yeah,
but I think just a power bank for now, and it takes probably less space and all the lithium batteries. Definitely. And all the setup that you would need. Not that I'm very clued up on what we would need. That probably needs a bit of research.
But it's like you said before though, about like how YouTube is always, like on YouTube there's always this perception that it has to be a certain way, you know, like your setup has to look a certain way, or your building has to be a certain way, but it's your house at the end of the day, and you find your way through it, don't you?
Yeah, I'm quite happy living quite minimally, and not everything has to be up to a really ridiculously fancy standard. I mean, if that's your capabilities, that's great, but I know I'm not the best at building and planning things out, so I'm just learning to be happy with what's achievable for our skill range.
Yeah, definitely. And you just keep improving it. That's what the journey's about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I remember looking back when kind of we first started on the land, and we had no like skills at all, and now we can like, you know, things that you don't get to see on the channel, like on the channel, because obviously we can't record everything. You can't record every aspect of your life, as we said before, but things go wrong all the time. Like diesel heaters breaking, pumps breaking, things like jobs that we've already done in the past need maintenance, and things are breaking down all the time. And obviously that's just a part of life. That's just a part of like living this way. You have to, things break and you have to fix them, you know. You can't just call someone in. And we don't want to call people in. You want to like kind of once you know the skills, you want to be able to maintain the systems yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so satisfying, like being able to have like now jobs in the past that were so hard, and we're like scratching our heads, getting frustrated. Now we can kind of like, we've got a better understanding of things and we can fix them.
Yeah, and we're like looking at the outhouse now, it just wouldn't have built like that. Now that we've got the skills and the experience of building like that, now we know that we wouldn't have done that in the first place.
Definitely.
But I think it's still part of life and learning, isn't it?
There's a lot of jobs on the land that's like that projects that we've done now that we want to eventually go back to, but it's pointless going back to them now because there's more priorities to do, you know what I mean? There's more like other jobs to do. But also we're trying to slow down a bit as well. That's one big thing we've been learning, haven't we?
Yeah, I think doing these 90-day stints is really... We said when we come back to the land this time we're going to take it slower and things, but then...
It takes it out when you're sold on it.
Yeah, and then obviously things, you just get carried away with the momentum of doing the jobs and getting excited and seeing the progress, and then thinking, oh, we might be able to have this done by this time and this done. And I think...
Also just like the videos as well, like it sounds, just being honest as well, like you're doing building and you're videoing it all, and you're like in these like, and we're trying to rush and cram everything in, just like getting videos done, get building done, and then also trying to find balance and live your life. It's like such a hard juggling that, and getting taught lessons, like being exhausted, and you getting ill, me getting ill, and just being completely out of balance, you know. So we're trying to find that balance right now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're trying to find a better balance with everything. We're in quite a unique and complex situation at the moment, but we have been having meetings with people to see how we can get our residency sorted.
There's so much going on as well.
Yeah, there's just so much that we can't even film or that wouldn't even want to film as well.
Yeah, it's personal. A lot of it's personal.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and it's also just trying to like. But I think the main thing is for us lately is just trying to find a pattern and a rhythm where like we're enjoying doing the stuff on the land, and also make sure that we're not like burning ourselves out. Because I've definitely found that like especially speak for me on that, I've been guilty of just like burning myself out. So I think it's important to like enjoy the process and like have downtime as well. You know what I mean? Because just working all the time, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I think we will. I think once we get our residency, that situation will be much less complex, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to that day. I'm getting things starting to.
But I think
get things
that's slowing down. I think we need to start now. Slow down a bit and take jobs and enjoy them more. I think that's a big thing.
Yeah, smelling the roses. Don't think we've been doing enough for that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, just getting too carried away in the momentum and just really like just sitting on the night time and having a fire and things. So
Definitely.
I haven't really.
It was funny
been
because
doing
you remember that night where we had the fire.
Yeah.
And we hadn't had a fire. Like we hadn't even. We said like, well, basically, we were like just working so hard. Weren't we? And the river was working so hard. And that first night we had that fire, and we're like, why have we not even had like a fire around our pit on the outside pit? Because we built a outside fire pit as you've seen previously, and we never even got around to doing it because we were just so out of balance. Just like working and then sleeping, working, sleeping.
Yeah.
And we didn't even have a fire, and then we had a fire, and we're like, why have we not even enjoyed this? You know what I mean? So it's got to remember to do stuff like that as well.
Yeah, just we get so caught up in our heads, like, right, we need to have this done by the time that we have to leave, and then obviously the momentum takes over.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, but I think our way of doing things will definitely slow down and change once we apply
More
for our
settled
visa,
as well, more
and
settled.
are more settled. Because our life at the moment is very
Chaotic.
really chaotic, and I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, anyone, yeah. But I think we're going to leave this week's video there, and thanks again for watching, and looking forward to getting more of the electrics done. Also hoping to get the mezzanine put in as well.
Yeah, that'll be a big one.
The
And obviously
the roof,
changing the
roof. The roof's going to be a big one as well. There's loads to come, but also a bit of calmness as well.
Yeah.
But hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. But we'll see you in the next one.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.